Hello everyone, MFPallytime here, and welcome back to Orcs Must Die 3. This is a continuation of our flawless Rift Lord difficulty guide for every level in the campaign. Today we're going to be taking a look at split stairs, and I have a very fun strategy for this map. You're not even going to need very many traps to make this work. However, we're not chasing high scores today. We're just here to have a good time. Remember, if you enjoy these videos, if they're helpful, or you just like the content, make sure to hit the thumbs up button. All right, so Split Stairs has two entrances, both on the ground floor. In the normal playthrough of the campaign, where you're going through for the first time, this is the level they introduce barricades on. However, what they don't introduce here is sappers. But because we're playing on Rift Lord, we have to deal with those sappers. The easiest way to not be overrun on this level is to put barricades down on this stair to force all of the enemies of that direction. Or really, you could swap it. It really doesn't matter. Just pick a staircase that you like and barricade it. Now, last level, we were talking a lot about manipulating the AI of those kobold sappers to make sure that they don't destroy your barricades. And it was all based on making sure that the barricade you want them to go after is closer to the spawn. None of that works here. I don't know why they don't go for this, and I'm just being honest, but they don't go for those barricades over there at all. Instead, they're going to be chasing after us up here. For round one, all we need is those double wide barricades over on that side. And as you can see, my trap list is pretty limited. We have the Staff of Domination, double wide barricades, brimstone as always. This is mostly here to stop the kobold sappers. They hit this and blow up. Most of the time, hopefully, we're using flip traps for the first time just because I thought this would be a good level to introduce them in. But the star of the show is going to be these barrel dispensers. We're gonna cover the walls with these to make basically a giant explosion area to stop our enemies in their tracks. Along with that, you don't even need this one, by the way. I literally only place it right here. We have the box of butterflies, again, to keep people inside of the kill area. But the star of the show, other than the bombs, is going to be the gravity lifters, or as I like to call them, the UFOs. If we place these on the stairs, the smaller enemies, anything other than ogres, that walks up into this area has a chance to be lifted up to the ceiling, and these are upgraded to deal physical damage. Damn, that sucks. Physical damage while they are doing that on an enemy. It adds up quite a lot. I'm going to restart, so I have that TNT just in case. Round one setup is going to be pretty straightforward. We're basically going to make a right angle of these gravity lifters because eventually we're going to put a barricade in right here, and the path for the enemies is going to be funneled this way. And that'll do for quite some time. I'm not going to put a barricade down on this side until next round. And you'll see what I mean about the kobolds. They kind of just don't care, but we'll get there in a second. Left side has an ogre and a bunch of small enemies. Right side just has a single ogre. So I want to be here right at the start to mind control that guy, and then I'll manually shoot down this ogre on the right. The reason we kill them manually is because there's no chance that these lifts can kill an ogre. We're gonna have to do that manually for a little bit. However, we can just keep this guy mind controlled, and he will delay that left side for quite some time until he takes too much damage and then explodes, damaging everyone there. On top of kobold sappers, which are going to start in round two, there's also a lot of archers on this level as well. So you have to be careful with your positioning, otherwise these orcs will start to rip you apart. However, this round's not too challenging. Another ogre coming out of the left side. We're just waiting for that. There's the mind control with the Staff of Domination. The archers are starting to line up a little bit. We don't have 100% uptime with these lifts, but it is, better if we actually let these guys funnel into them a little bit. As you can see, they clump up quite a lot inside of these, meaning that when we actually get our explosive barrels set up, there's going to be a lot of targets for them to take. Hey, you okay? Did you kill all your friends? Sorry, bud, I gotta make par. I don't have time to be your psychiatrist today. Please don't kill my barricade. Ooh, thank you for the money. So we have 4,000 gold to spend. We're not going to spend it right away. We're going to put down some brimstone here and wait for these sappers to show up. Here they come. There's also some Knoll Grenadiers in here that are hopefully going to be taken down as well. Mind control on the ogre. He did get a good slap in on me. Now we're going to barricade underneath that ogre. Let's make sure he dies so we don't have to worry about him cleaving that down or anything. And now I'm just going to start to fill the rest of the roof here with these lifts. These guys are going to be walking by the barricades and just being sent up to the top of the screen. Again, we died, not a big deal at all. We just have to run back down to the area that we were at before. And of course, with the Staff of Domination, if anyone starts to get by a little bit too fast, we're just going to mind control them to stop them in their tracks. For these first couple rounds, if things get a little too scary, you do have this bomb that you can drop on this area to stop these guys from advancing too far. But things aren't going that bad. We're just going to continue to fill out the ceiling. We just got a lot of money at the start of this round. Let us begin to apply. There we go. It wasn't building for some reason. Let's apply some barrel dispensers to the wall. These are going to dispense periodically. They actually hit the barricade and then roll out in front of it. So you actually get explosives on the front line, which is super duper good. I don't know if that was intentional by the developers. I don't know if they had this strategy in mind, but it's such a good defense system. If you place these barrel dispensers up high enough on the wall, then when the barrels roll out, they actually explode themselves and you don't have to shoot them at all. And there is an upgrade for these that make that happen at a lower height if you're interested in upgrading them down that path. However, we're going to fill this entire wall with these dispensers here shortly, meaning that there's just going to be massive chain reactions in this entire area. And all of these orcs that are caught in those UFOs and being lifted up to the ceiling are going to have absolutely nowhere to go. It's a pretty fun strategy, I gotta be honest. I'm gonna mind control that ogre. He's gonna keep those guys preoccupied for a quick second, and I'm just gonna go back and heal. I don't want to be one-shot by these archers. Hopefully everything will hold long enough for me to come down here. We do have sappers rolling out. They hit the brimstone and die, no problem. We're gonna mind control the ogre as he steps forward, and look at that chain explosion and how many enemies it just took down. And ladies and gentlemen, we're only getting started. We still have plenty of wall space to add in even more of that stuff. Periodically, as these guys group up, all I'm doing is right-clicking with the Staff of Domination. I mean, we don't want to run out of mana, but we have plenty of mana right now. And when a target that's mind-controlled dies, they do release a small explosion as well. And that just helps with cascading the effectiveness of this. I don't even think I would call this a kill box. I would say this trap area. Now we're going to put flippers in to the mix. These are upgraded to even flip heavy enemies like these ogres, so it basically crowd controls them and pushes them back towards the brimstone. I'm going to heal one more time really fast. I am taking quite a lot of damage. We're on round 5 out of 6. Not that much more to go. And you may be wondering, what are we going to do with the rest of this money? Well, I'm so glad you asked. Let's add more explosives in literally anywhere that we can. The reason I put the UFOs up first is because it gives us a lot more control over the wave of orcs. Once you feel like you have enough CC, literally just go ham with explosives. It is so much fun. Enemies in our rift room? Yo, is that a false alarm, bro? You lying to me? I think an enemy got lifted up all the way to the ceiling and it confused the game's announcer. Those sappers can be a problem. So if you do hear them coming out, they have that screech like a bird going after its prey. Make sure you do focus on that. The ogres are starting to become armored and starting to group up a little bit more, but a quick right click with the Staff of Domination solves a lot of that problem. If they do advance a little bit too far, remember these flip traps will flip them back to the front of the barricades, and they have to start their walk all the way over again. Essentially, this strategy just comes down to giving your bombs enough time to reload and keep your enemies at bay. There's even more space up here if you want to utilize this.
Perfect.
We kind of don't need to spend any more money, but I'm going to keep spending it anyway.
We cannot spend what we do not have.
This is the final round, and if you've made it this far with this strategy, you're likely going to make it to the end of this round as well. Again, we're not going for crazy combos here. We're not going for a super intricate kill box. We're simply going for a very fun and effective strategy. This was actually the level that I learned to love these barrel dispensers. Up until this point, I never really used these at all. I thought they were kind of weird. I also didn't think about adding them vertically up a wall surface until this level, which is pretty fun. Makes them really, really strong, especially when you have this many in one area. The orcs are getting through the gravity things because they can't be picked up, but they're not getting too much further than that. We do have some armored ogres running in. I don't believe we're getting any more sappers this run. These guys are being lifted up like crazy. I mean, I guess technically I could throw in a little bit more of the...
They're entering the rift.
One got by? What the fuck? What? When? How did that happen?
Try and try. Who's the boss now?
Well, I guess we're not getting 5 stars this run. I'll do it again to show you it's possible. This is a working strategy. I have no idea how one got by me. Did an ogre knock him up the stairs or something?
More ready.
Hey, for real, if anyone knows down in the comments why the kobolds don't go for these barricades, I would love to know. I'm actually clueless. I have no idea. I don't know why they go for a barricade that's further away than the easy one for them to get to. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm thankful that they don't go for it. I just don't understand why they don't go for it.
Hits you, he will stop.
Like, they even dodge going for it when there's no barricade on this side.
More enemies on the way.
I wonder if the culprit for launching an enemy... That doesn't even line up. I was wondering if the flip traps were responsible for launching someone up to the rift room, but that doesn't make sense either. Oh, there he is. Hey, bud. I was like, why is my round not ending? What is going on today, dude? I like being able to just stand up here and appreciate my work, you know what I mean? Yes, some of those traps are just flying over, to be fair. But it's still cool. Well, there you have it. The exact same strategy as before, but this time without a mysterious intruder getting by our person. That is going to be a flawless run on the hardest difficulty. And we were so far under par time. It wasn't even close, dude. Remember, if you guys enjoyed this video, and I certainly hope that you did, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button on your way out. We'll be back again soon, taking a look at the next level, which is load faster. Oh, our very first war scenario. Well, this should be interesting. Take care, guys. I'll see you again soon.